what I understand about the term hoe phase is when girl or guy are trying to be alone and have fun with people that are willing to have fun with them.
A hoe phase would be me sleeping with women, like with no intimate connection, whether it be every week, every day, multiple people a day. For me, it's more about the lack of emotional connection and interacting with those people more than the number of people that you do it with.
A hoe phase, I feel like, is so misunderstood, because I think it's like girls just trying to get into their own and just be responsible for who they want to get with or hook up with, and they just fuck what everybody says, fuck what everybody thinks, I'm gonna do what I want. Because the thing is that when guys are hooking up with however many girls they want to hook up with, it's not a problem. But suddenly it's a problem when a girl is doing it.
That's the phase between you finding a honey and you not being sure about the streets.
I really think that it's mainly for women because men are hoes 24/7. They don't have to go through the hoe phase. The phase from birth till they die. That's why they put on women and say, look, it's a hoe phase because no. Men were born being hoes.
A hoe phase is only attributed to women. Men don't have the same sort of requirements. Men don't have the same restrictions that women do, which is where the term hoe phase comes from. Men don't have a hoe phase. Men are just living.
No, I think there's definitely a hypocrisy because for guys it's almost seen as a macho thing. You almost win points. In, and it's just oh, weird. For us it's you sleep with more than one guy in a week, and people are just whoa, yeah, what is favorite vibes or whatever. It's just, it sucks.
For a girl to go through a whole phase, nobody wants a chick who's been with every guy. I think for ladies, when it comes to ladies, they can just relax. Whole phase is not, it doesn't, it's not for them, it's not for, just for us, according to me.
Men have made it look like a bad thing for women to be hoes, when they're the ones who do it and call themselves players. But that's why women don't call it being hoe phase, they call it just being around in jail.
It's a phase that literally from high school, whether it's high school, whether it's in your adulthood life, whatever, you need to go through that phase.
Some guys go through a whole phase in general, but some guys go through a whole phase probably trying to revenge, or it's an outlet type of thing.
Some people can't sleep with people and not fall in love with them, and some people can't stop sleeping with people, you know what I'm saying? There are exes that I've heard about that still sleep together years after.
I think it's something that naturally occurs where you're not with someone and you're not exclusive to someone, but you are available.
Should you go through it, it's fine, it's life. I've never gone through it. I'll probably go through it, I probably won't. But it's life. I won't force myself to go through a whole phase. Like I said, I'm a relationships person. If I hang out with you, siyajola.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Unfiltered Live. Woo, woo. Today is a less serious topic. We're talking hoe phase, as you've probably seen from the episode that just screened now. Once again, joining me is my assistant Mangi, and our guest for the night is Nozi Kunene. Who's got hoe credentials. Okay. This is why we picked her as the guest. So we're going to get into it. First of all, guys, people have different definitions of a hoe phase. So I actually thought I had been through one, and I've just since realized I actually haven't. But what do you guys think a hoe phase is? What's your definition?
You know what? My definition has evolved over time. If you asked me 3-4 years ago, I would have said you're just single, you're trying to up your body count, you're just doing whatever the F you want. Now, I'm just with society changing and people's thoughts about it changing, it's more about expressing your sexuality and figuring it out without the judgment of others, and without judging yourself. So whatever it is, it's not body count, it's not anything specific, but more whatever you're comfortable with. Whether you find someone in the club and you want to go home with them, or it's a body count, or you want to go on a date with someone and you sleep with them, but just doing what you want without judging yourself.
I think an important thing just to add to that, I guess, is the fact that you can't control what people judge. The most important thing, I like that what you're saying, is that, you know, as long as you don't judge yourself.
Yeah.
So for me, a whole phase, the important bit is that you have to be single when you are.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because the ones that responded in our app who was just like, yeah, but well, you know, it's okay also if I'm married. And I was like, no, then it's not really a whole phase. So for me, you have to, you just straight up hoe. I think you have to be single, and you are just trying to find your feet sexually. You're trying to do the most so that, you know, by the time you settle down, that you're 100% ready for that kind of level of
I think
sexual
I agree
commitment.
with both of you, but I do think it is a number thing. I don't think you can have a whole phase if it's one person. Like, I do think there's a body count to it, because then you're just sleeping with one person, or you're just celibate, or whatever it is. But like, whole phase, I think, has to be a frequent exchanging of fluids with a frequent number of people.
Do you know what someone said in my WhatsApp group once? We were actually having this discussion, and someone compared a whole phase to the research portion of your PhD. So if you think about it,
okay.
Research, if you do the research, you're going to come out a doctor. So,
I'm stealing that.
so you know, it could be maybe more than one person, but it's more about exploring what you like, what you don't like, doing things that maybe you haven't done with one specific partner because they don't like it, and you know, you're just now okay with one way of life.
Surely it can also be a whole phase if I'm rotating 4 girls sort of regularly over a period of 6 months. That should count as a whole phase. Surely. You know what I mean? It's not like I have to smash a different girl every single weekend.
I just think if it's a consistent fuck buddy, for instance, I don't know if I can call it a whole phase.
But more than one.
No, more than
rotation.
one. I just mean, like, if you have one consistent fuck buddy for like 2 years, you know, you're jolling, but you just don't want to say it.
How come you say you haven't been through a whole phase? I feel like not to get personal, but I might dispute that.
Okay, bring the receipts first of all. No receipts, no purchase. Because when I was thinking about when we were asking the people on the episode, a lot of people had brought up the numbers game, and so for me, I've never really had a stage in life where I was sleeping with a lot of people, or even different people at once. I think when I first got out the gates, a non-virgin, there was like a few in a row, but like, so maybe that was it then.
Yeah,
Okay, when you're 19 and stuff, you don't really know. It's not like it's not a whole phase where you like, you know what's going on. Whatever. It was just like, oh, okay, I'm out of the gates. Let's see what's out there. I don't know, but I mean, I guess
I believe that particularly with women, that they have to go through at least 2 whole phases before they settle down.
Why women?
I mean, I think because
a lot of if you don't, then you're going to do it during a relationship.
But men are the ones who are doing it even married. So why is it?
They don't have a whole phase. They're hoes.
But that's what. Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to go down. I think that's a slippery slope. I just feel like women, especially because some women go through their whole phase like really early on, like dudes. You know, sort of when you get to varsity, just finish high school, exploring, blah blah blah. Cool. Usually settle down maybe towards the end of varsity when you start working. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and I feel like that we need to release one more, just for good measure, before we shut down.
So, can we talk a little more personally? When were your whole phases? Are you in a whole phase? What is going on?
Oh Lord, okay.
It's only fair we start about that.
So I would say that I've been in my whole phase, and according to my definition, I'm still there because I'm single, and I'm always discovering myself. And I'm doing me.
Lovely. I've only had one whole phase, and I think that was more than enough. No, look, to be fair, I got into a long-term relationship very early on in varsity. You know what I mean? So, and it was like a long-term relationship. So best believe when I was done with that, I mean, I had to make the pots.
But then can I ask you then?
Sure.
You're saying you had one whole phase.
Yeah, one.
Is there a duration? How did you say this is it?
Yeah.
How did you like it? Okay, I'm done now.
Well, I mean, it ended when I got into another relationship.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So then was that not to.
No, you can go in. You can
Was
go
your
in.
relationship started as like part of your whole phase, and then it was like, oh, actually, I like this one. Or
Yeah,
was it
100%.
like, I'm stopping now, and now I'm gonna look.
No,
for
I think I had already like slowed down towards the end of my whole phase. Not like necessarily intentionally, but I just like slowed down. You know, there was just a lot of drama in my life, and I just needed to, you know, just to regroup, and that was a very conscious decision to be like, you know, and I think whole phase done right is very beneficial, but I think if people then get hurt in the process, then it's not cool, you know what I mean? And I think I was sort of behind that sort of behavior, and that I wasn't happy about my own behavior and what I was doing to other people. So because I'm a lover, you know, it's difficult for me. I'm a lover.
So you sell dreams.
No, I didn't sell anyone's dreams per se.
per se.
Yeah.
Per se. So now I'm worried because now you said it has to be a woman must go through 2 whole phases.
Yes.
And obviously,
Yes. No, but before
I've been
30.
through one.
Before 30. And Dame, you got.
Before 30.
You got.
I'm in a relationship now.
Yeah,
I'm
so
going through it now.
you must call it.
Like
now.
I had tell Costa that you had told me that I was going through a whole phase now.
No.
Before 30.
Wow. No.
Okay, guys, and also one of the things that came up in the episode was the hypocrisy of a man's hoe phase versus a woman's hoe phase. So let's explore that a little bit. Noz, what do you? I know you have a very strong opinion about this, but what do you think about this hypocrisy?
I mean, firstly, it's bullshit. It really is, because when I said it's about the hoe phase is about doing whatever you want without the self judgment, because of that judgment that comes around, particularly with guys. I just don't understand how I can do what I want, but the next person who's now using their hair strands to count their body count has the right to judge what I'm doing. And we're doing the same thing, so we're all grown ass adults here now. So why is it like you can do the same thing, but now when I do it, when I'm single, I'm staying safe, I'm minding mines, why is it your business to judge?
I mean, it's society, isn't it? Obviously, that's how society views
So,
it.
what do you think? Do you agree?
I don't agree. I'm 100% behind sexual liberation, whatever you want to call it, as long as people are being safe. And again, as long as you don't hurt anyone, and more importantly, as long as you're single. That's like, for me, that's like a big thing. You know what I mean?
But now you have a lot of friends who are hoe phasing.
But-
Who are hoe phasing during relationships. So do you speak to them like, oh, dog, stop? Or what happens? Like,
I feel like you know, everyone's a grown up, and everyone knows what's good for them and what's not good for them. And for me, if something that affects me directly, I'll probably intervene, or I'll probably in this particular instance.
But as guys, though, what are you saying when your guy friend who has Umedi at home is
Who you
judging
hang out
another
with
who you hang
sometimes.
out with, and you're sitting there judging someone else about their?
But who do I judge? Who do I judge? See, my thing is that I don't
not
judge.
you. What are you saying to your male friends who perhaps are judging but are the biggest hoes?
Keep it tidy. Keep tidy. That's literally it. Just keep it tidy, and I feel like I'm not in a position, as long as I feel like you're not hurting other people. You know, if tomorrow, let's say you are in this situationship with someone else, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, Dame, tomorrow if I see you catching feelings, and this person has got a girlfriend or whatever, I'm gonna be like, but that's on you, girl. That is on you. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by like keep it tidy. When I'm wishing it was sometimes.
Okay, cool. But now, guys, in terms of hoe phase, like there was something where if you don't go through one, you will go through one in your marriage. Like by force, by fire, the hoe phase will come out. Do you guys believe that?
Yeah.
I believe that with men, which is why I don't want a man who has not gone through a hoe phase.
Yeah.
You must get tired.
Yeah.
You must do what you want, suck many pussies, just get it out of your system. Get it out of your system, because these fathers that you see out there, it's not cool, and I don't want to be one of those married women. Oh, it's nice at Kaya Gandhi.
On the streets.
On the streets.
I strongly believe that. I mean, it's not just men, honestly. I think women and men, but definitely don't marry a dude who hasn't gone through a whole phase, because he's gonna show you flames. I've seen it with my older sister's partners. you know, once they're good, and you find it's a lot of them, it's like guys from like small towns or like maybe the rurals or whatever. And now that this guy's an accountant and he's working and and then he's here with the girls and from Wits and from UJ and from the Hori. And that's problematic for me. That's super problematic. I mean, I hate to say it, but my old man had his whole phase 100% during marriage, like 100%. Like when the files started coming out, they came out in numbers, and I was like, Diamond, even you. But he doesn't even drink, he doesn't smoke, he's never touched that shit in his life. But Hohen, it's his middle name at the time. So that's when I was just like, you know what, for me, I don't want to make the same mistakes. I better just do my thing now whilst I still can. You know what I mean?
But I had a conversation with like some adults in my life or whatever. And I mean adults, I mean the older people, obviously we're adults. But people, most of the women have never gone through this thing. Is hoe phase a new thing, do you think, especially for women? Obviously not men because, you know, we keep meeting new siblings or whatever. But do you think hoe phase is a new thing for women, and why do you think now is the time that we are able to explore that type of thing?
Not new, but it's definitely become more acceptable, which is why it's feeling more new. Because everyone now is openly talking about it, embracing it, doing what they want. That's why also older women are probably like, hi man, we can do this thing. Now I want to see kind of thing. So because it's becoming more socially acceptable, or by fire by force is what women are doing. Like, I will talk about it, I'm doing it. So that's why.
And I enjoy
it.
I mean, we were chatting about it literally this week. Panda asked me, I was like, you know, do you think it would have been cool or that our queens should have gone through a whole phase? And I was like, 100%. Like my mom got married at 20 and then had my older sister at 21. Oh, come on. Your life is clapped after that. It's finished. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like
maybe after your parents got divorced, she did have a whole phase. I mean, it's not like she's going to come and tell you.
I don't think, like in the strictest sense of a whole phase, I doubt. Never. Not on my knees, I doubt. I don't know, and I still wouldn't judge.
I mean, my mom's fish and fly. So. Like, before she got married, she would not come and tell me, but I'm like, Penny, looking like this.
There's no way you came home and drank coffee.
You scheme after her and Dr. Brian.
Dr. Brian!
You scheme, then she just said, I am hitting my rotation now.
Yeah, like I think she was like, oh.
No, but
before my dad, it might have been like one person, and then it was like my dad. So I'm sure just to enjoy the fruits of this body, this freedom, this having also been a young mom and a young wife, like straight out of varsity. No ways, you have to.
Yes. Also for women, the older
I could get into a whole phase with an older woman now.
Nicer it is.
So anyway, guys, is a hoe phase also like a black thing? Because I don't feel like other races talk about it, or do we have like, you know, other names for it, or what, or like, because we just don't have those things where people say.
I think they call it dating, so white folks call it dating.
I
think like white folks, but also the other thing is like with white folks. I mean, I don't know about other groups like Indians and that, but with white folks, I know they like do the most already in high school.
Yeah.
So there's girls doing the most, there's guys doing the most in high school. I was just like, you were sucking what? With who? And that time we're like in grade 9, 10, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, that's hectic. So by the time these guys get to like varsity, fam, they've done it all. They've been living their best lives. And like for them, they're down to settle. That's why you see them by, honestly, if you're 25 and you're not married, you've fallen off.
Yeah, that's why I'm 27, married with 2 kids, they're good.
Yeah.
Okay, and now, also you said obviously not to hurt people or whatever with the whole hoe phase thing.
Yeah.
So what are the rules of engagement when you go into a hoe phase? Do you tell people, hello ma'am, I'm in my hoe phase, join me? Or is it like, you just go and then you break hearts afterwards where you're like, jokes, this is not love, this is summer? Like, what are the rules?
I gotta think about this one carefully.
I think you always just have to be honest. So whether it's going to be a one-night stand or it's going to be just a little black book marking, you got to tell someone that I'm not here for a long time, just a good time.
Hey.
Be honest from the jump. Give that person the opportunity to be like, but good, this is not what I'm looking for.
Wait a minute. If we meet at the club, we go to Great Dane, we link up there. Now tonight I must be like, listen, this is the vibe.
No. I think that situation speaks for itself. But saying because from the smashing to the.
I mean, also don't be asking for numbers and taking people for breakfast and then
Exactly.
you can meet someone in the club.
Okay,
Exactly.
so here's my thing, right?
I went home
Even-
from Great Dane with somebody I'm currently in a 3-year relationship with. So it's not one of those things where you can be like, just because it was in the club, just because this is the setting.
Yeah.
Also, we
You must
smashed
know
the
what
first
it
night.
is.
So
Sure, but I feel strongly about the fact that at least for me as a gentleman, I'm not gonna boot you out at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning. You know what I mean? And be like, okay, Deb, go home. I think that's whack.
no, for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's okay. I feel like it's okay to make you breakfast or make your coffee in the morning.
You can dip at 9.
Yeah, I think triple H.
Sure.
Like, as soon as the sun comes up at 9, whoo, yes, I have a family lunch.
Because you really are.
No,
confusing the
as in
thing.
if I'm staying over at yours.
Oh
Or
no,
what?
then you can just take your keys and go. But if she's staying over yours, be like, hey.
So then I must kick her out.
No, just be like, I gotta
mean,
go.
it's
Don't
Why?
be
But,
like,
this is what I'm
don't,
saying.
like,
So
use
okay,
your
so
outfits.
there's an
Also,
issue
don't-
then with like just showing some kind of like, fam, you're not someone I just think nothing of. Like I feel like I can make you coffee or breakfast.
You must just definitely do the thing of like, then you must be honest.
Yeah,
Just
make
that's
it
what I'm saying.
clear.
Because I got told somebody wants to cook for me and he wants to like, just lies, upon lies, upon lies.
Exactly.
Actually, he even asked me out on Valentine's Day. He was like, I'm going to cook for you. It's going to be something so
You see?
good.
And this is my
Literally
thing.
the
men
next day,
know.
I saw him at Great Dane with somebody else. And I was like, why? But fam, why did you just lie?
No, but
Like,
see,
why weren't
but
you just like,
there's
this
a
is what it
difference.
is?
There's a difference between lying, which what that nigga did, and
What all niggas
and
do.
no, hold up, 2 seconds. I feel like that nigga just lied and said, "I'm gonna take off for Valentine's dinner." Why did he do that? You didn't even ask him to do that. But for me, I think it's important that. Well, not important per se, but like I feel like it's okay for me to make you a coffee
I
in
don't
the
want to know what
morning.
your cutlery looks like if we're just smashing. It's like,
I mean, like, women are emotional beings. We are. We latch onto small things.
we even.
But
not
why-
even
if you
sex.
wanna, if
Why-
you
Sex is
want to
not
make
even a thing.
coffee, somehow in the conversation, just make it clear. I don't know where, but how. But even just that act of coffee or breakfast, she's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm coming back
He's
for dinner."
sensitive, he's sweet,
You know,
he
he's-
cares
you
about
know.
me. Like, we don't even care about the sex part of it. It's what you do around that
Yeah.
that makes us think, okay, you love.
But then
That's the problem.
why do you guys like to pretend? Because you want to push this whole is life thing, and
I
then
don't
next minute you're like, oh my god, I'm catching feelings. Why?
No,
you know
I
that
think
this
it's a
nigga
younger
is.
stuff. I think it's a younger woman thing. I don't
Yeah.
think it's like you have these issues with girls. If you actually just started dating people your age, you'd see. No, but I mean, I think it's a younger woman thing. When I was younger, I also thought, I suppose I also attached being in a hoe phase or whatever to smuttery or whatever. I was taught that it was wrong or that I shouldn't just own a hoe phase. If I'm sleeping with someone, he must then become something at least,
Yeah.
or it must be on the way to something, not just, catching bodies for body's sake. So I think there's also a bit of shame, maybe not so much now, which is great. I think social media has helped that, but like there was a bit of shame with like honestly just sleeping with people and not having anything come of it if you're a girl.
Yeah.
And because honestly, I think our hearts are in our vaginas are little kitty hearts.
Sure.
Like
All right.
once you make me scream in a way that no one else has, hey,
The dick will make
you
you
must be in
crazy.
love. Dickmatized, literally.
Like Mansu said, like there's one Miss Powder's is like, yo, once we sleep together,
We are dating.
snatch on.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I think that's a bit
Because
hectic.
there's cuddling there.
That's the
there's
thing, don't
Pillow
do
talk
those
there.
things.
Don't do those things.
Don't tell me about your hopes and dreams. I
Pillow
don't care
talk.
what you do.
Okay,
95.
so you guys have given a tough time to the dudes, and I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay with you guys saying, okay, but this guy is married, or this and this and this and this. But if you know that this nigga is in a relationship or he's married, why do you go there?
What is it? Not my monkey, not my seki, it's not my.
Indaba.
Okay, all right.
You are married. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think.
I know. The audience is 100% on me as the
But-
dude, 100%.
Yes.
Like I'm the one, I'm in the relationship.
Like for me,
but
if
I mean,
something
if
happens
you
with Khotso-
know for that,
Yeah, but if
this
something
person-
happens with Khotso, I'm not going to be angry. Like, I mean, I'll be irritated with the chick if she knew, but it's on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
also,
the same
really,
thing,
like a
like-
good 90% of the time, you don't know before.
Okay, fair enough.
It will come out in the morning. It
But
will come
repeat
out
business?
after. Not my monkey.
But if no one ever goes to the club and is like, hey guys, so I'm married,
You know what I mean?
just so you know. I
Or
mean,
you're looking
people's
for
rings
the
are all-
imprint, or you're
Yeah, and also
looking
if you're
for
going to
guys
their
honestly-
home and they're taking you to their home, you assume there's no missus here because I'm coming to your home. Not knowing that you don't know if she's on a business trip or whatever it is, then it comes out,
Fair
you're
enough.
like, oh, well.
Fair enough.
Whoops.
No, I just had to get that out of the way. Because I feel like girls can be hypocritical sometimes, huh? No?
No.
Okay.
Because it's not, like, I mean, my relationship is my relationship. I don't care about that one. I care about mine.
Okay.
But now, I actually, speaking on that, that's why I asked you this earlier, and you kind of skipped around it. Why don't you tell your mates whose girlfriends you hang out with, and then you see them with the hoes or whatever, the hoe phasing girls the next day, that, mate, this is not right.
Because 9 out of 10
Bali
times...
was here yesterday.
9 out of 10 times, those girls are my friends. So I might, how do you know I'm not having a chat with my mates? Be like,
I know
fam.
those crusty ass niggas, you're not talking to them. I know you, none of you are chatting.
But,
like, dog, stop. Because
no,
even then,
but I again, the circle. I can't make a grown ass man stop his behavior.
No, to
I
make
can-
him
not
stop,
trying to
just
make
to
him
talk
stop.
to him, to be like, I mean, do you ever say, like, guys, as mates, what are we doing to the women in our lives? Like,
Why are we doing
why are
this?
we being
Why are we
hoes
sitting
when
here?
we're in a relationship?
I think someone who knows between the difference between white and black knows the difference between right and wrong in their own situation, in their own context.
But
You know what I
people-
mean? But if someone doesn't see that as anything wrong in their situation, who am I to tell them that's wrong? Because no, wait a minute. But because now I'm judging them based on my experience and my lived experience,
No,
and
you're
I don't
judging
think
them
that's
based on the
fair.
conversation you're having. So you're having a conversation judging a girl who's being a hoe. And the person who is speaking has a relationship.
This is where I disagree. So at least with my friends, we're not out here calling girls hoes. We're not for reals. No, for reals. We're not out here. If anything, I'll be like, yo, you know, it's that girl is sexually liberated, and I fuck with that.
But now, say there's a girl, if they sleep with you and your friends.
No, I promise you, no one is on some, oh my God, that girl gets around town, she's the visualist bicycle. No ways. Matter of fact, if, I might be like, yo, when is my turn? I might be envious even.
Okay, so how do you guys feel about rotations? So like sleeping with the crew,
Loving the crew.
or sleeping with someone that your friend has slept with. Like, what is that for you people? Is there boundaries? Is it ill? Is it?
For me, I just say don't do it because now you're bringing in other people's opinions into your dynamic. So if you're okay with it, it's fine, but you don't know what someone else is going to say. So you don't know, you might be called a hoe back at the crew, you know, homeland, you might be... So just don't do it. I don't really have an issue. Listen, I have some people where I'd be like, I'm a write your script girl, you must go here. I don't mind it. Like, there's no one that I'm attached to. I'm like, I will kill you with this knife. Guys are different, so that's why I just be like, just don't love the crew.
So what's your question? I want to be specific when I
What do you think about loving the crew?
How do you feel about
What do you think about loving the crew?
whether you are
I've never.
Or would you sleep with somebody that your mate has slept with as well? Would you love the crew yourself, and would you?
Inevitably it happens, right? It happens that, let's say myself and Panda may have smashed the same girl, but it wasn't like a conscious decision. It wasn't like, oh my God, okay, this week is your turn, but in a month's time, I'm saying good deal, and then it's your turn. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? It's chances, and most of the time, at least in my situation, it's been like a one-night stand. It's like maybe if I hooked up with someone, and then my other mate might hook up with them, like honestly a year later. That's for me. That's not like loving the crew.
No,
but I haven't specifically gone and like, okay, here's Dame's crew. Yeah, so target alone and no, definitely not.
Okay, I feel like that's why I want to meet all of your friends before I make very big decisions, because I don't like to love the crew. Also, don't want to be the topic of conversation in group chats. But I want to meet all your friends so that I know I'm making the right choice.
Because unfortunately shit happens, eh?
And you always end up with like the crusty friend, then you meet like, his friends with Michael B. Jordan, and you're like, oh, mistake. Now I have to love the crew because your friend is like this. And you sleep with Shabba Ranks. No.
No, but does that happen in girls' crew where one dude will like literally smash the whole crew? I haven't really encountered that. Okay, not the whole crew, but like
we've
the
had
majority.
sections in our group of friends, because also Joburg is small.
But that's what I mean.
And we're not attached to people, but it won't be like, I don't think there's a person who slept with more than me and one friend. I don't know if there's ever been like a 3 friends or 2 friends thing.
And is there sometimes like animosity? I feel like sometimes with girl groups that happens. Whereas with dudes, it's literally
only
high five.
I have a friend who was quite Like she'd literally book somebody upon walking in. She'd be like, "Hey, like him, he's mine." And it's like, for baby,
You don't even know you exist
he
right
doesn't
now.
even. You don't know his name. You don't know anything. He'll maybe come and start talking to somebody else, and she'd really get really super touched. And I found it a little bit toxic because I'm just like, you cannot book someone like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
And for me, I don't have attachments to fuck buddies, so there's no one that my friends can sleep with now that would hurt my feelings, except the person I'm currently dating.
Yeah.
But now, if I've put in work, let's say I'm a dude now, I've put in work, and then my nigga just comes here and scoops. I'm gonna be like, fam, but you can see I've been putting in work here.
Talk
Come
to your
on.
friend.
So,
Oh.
no way. Hold off from the potential love of my life.
Because you're putting in work, but you're also taking your time.
Yeah.
You're
And if the
putting in
work
work,
is
but
not
you're taking
working,
your
then,
time.
then you're not like, they
I
don't
mean,
like
that
you.
situation that you're talking about has happened to me before. Where someone was, I don't know, maybe in their mind was putting in work, but was still living their best lives, this, that, and the third. And then someone slid in and put in work. And then it happened, and then, 2 people later, you were still there. But I was just like, you didn't put in the right amount of work the first time. Like, you say one thing, and then you do another thing. What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean?
Hundreds.
I mean,
Someone's going to step up and actually sit down and talk to me. Take my number, actually call. Whereas when you're telling me dreams, next time. Take my number. Or I'll take your number and I'm going to text you. You never text.
Fair enough.
Okay, guys.
so
And then also,
work,
what
put it
about,
in.
like, what is the body count number that you feel like is the limit? Like, what kind of number would you not date somebody if they had this number?
Don't ask. Don't ask.
Don't ask, don't tell
I'm
me.
just like, don't.
Yeah.
What is your end? So for me, okay, if like I'm gonna get into like a serious-ish relationship with someone, I wouldn't ask them how many people have you slept with, but rather I'd be like, listen, is there someone I should know about? Let's say that's very close to me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
literally it. That's it.
And have you gone through
even
their whole phase? Because you said you want to know if they've gone through their whole phase.
have I gone through my
No,
whole
I'm
phase?
saying, is that a question you pose to them? Like, baby, have you done this thing? Because if we're going to date, I want to know it's out.
You've done it.
I've asked it 100%, and I was like, I wasn't really sure. I was like, that doesn't really sound like a whole face. Maybe one more time,
No, so is there a number for you that's like too much?
No, there's no number for me. Like what Mani was saying, because I would catch feelings if I knew the number, and then I started knowing exactly who it is. But just are you
100.
okay. I don't want to know the number because if someone hits me with 100, I'll just be like, hey, it's fine.
100 is
I don't know if I can give like 100 people is too much to.
Yeah.
But I just want to know, like, are you good? Is there anyone that I need to know about? Is there anyone I might need to cut? You still have feelings for, most importantly, but numbers.
I think honestly, there's a point that someone made in our app, and it was just like, I think it was actually Ndombi, a previous guest, who was just like, bruh, after like 25, honestly, no one cares, like no one counts numbers, honestly, like, and I feel her, like after that, it's like, bruh, we're just like living our best lives now, like.
Is that a truth for guys though? Because guys are always very judgmental, like, if you've gone over one hand.
Yeah.
No,
like the guy in the
for
episode
me-
said, a girl shouldn't go through a whole phase. Actually, it's not a thing for women. Your purity, bullshit words like purity and like wife material, what.
No, for me, okay, if I'm like, okay, let's be realistic. If you have sex, let's say from age 18, 19, and even if you were conservative and you're having sex with 2 people per annum, that's already, you've hit double digits by the time you like in your like mid to late 20s. So it's unrealistic to say to expect someone not to have at least 15, 20, 25. For me, if a girl is just like, nah, B, I've only slept with 3 guys, I'm just like, I'm not a Popeye. I'm also not a Popeye. Or if she says like it's less than 10, I'm like, also I'm not a child. It's okay. Even if it's like 20, 30, whatever, I'll be like, but that makes sense. I'll be like, that makes sense. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
I want to know the number. Actually, I'm very, very.
Why?
I don't know, guys.
Why?
There's no science to the way my brain works.
And has your man ever told you his number?
Yeah.
And you were like, oh what?
That was my literal. No, I was just.
You see, you asked for it.
How?
You asked for it.
I know, and I'm glad I know. There's nothing that
How
I mean.
has it made things better?
Yeah.
It hasn't changed anything. I'm very inquisitive, and if I ask you a question and you don't tell me, I'm going to assume it's 1,000, and then I'm not going to date you.
So rather just
Just tell me. Let's deal with the facts and figures. If I have an imagination, I mean, I'm a writer. Things hey, creator. So I want to know statistically how many people you fucking sleep with. Tell me, and then I can deal with that myself. And it doesn't affect me. It actually doesn't. I want to know. Honestly, if you tell me like, nah, let's not talk about this. Oh.
Yeah, no, that is just like, ooh,
like no.
So and then would you be wary then if your guy is just like genuinely and he's only ever hooked up with like 8 girls, for example, or even less?
It depends on what kind of person he is. I feel like he'd be a lot. I wouldn't believe.
And what's the backstory to the 8?
I wouldn't believe.
What's the backstory to the 8? Like, has he been in long-term relationships? Has he been single?
Yeah, he's been in a long-term, like, okay, like I was in an 8-year relationship. It's not possible. I mean, it's one person for 8 years. So then post,
yeah. Are you ratting your kind out?
So it's, you know what I mean? Like, would you be worried if it's less than double digits?
I would, because then that whole phase is gonna come during my time.
Okay. But I mean, no, guys,
I wouldn't be worried, but I don't know if I believe. I just wouldn't believe. Unless you're honestly like a dog face, and then I'd be like, okay, because you didn't win. But like, not if you're like good looking, wada charming, a man about town. I'd be like, ooh, namanga, and worse because now you're a liar. So just get the fuck away.
But that's just perception. Some guys are really shy.
Even shy guys,
if I
they
speak for
get
myself,
approached.
I'm very shy. So
You're number 8.
no, my number's not 8, obviously. But I was just making an example. But
you're
it's not
also
him.
not shy.
But it's not him.
It's really
It's
weird
not
to
him.
like, sorry, unfiltered viewers, we actually don't accept lies on this show. It's not unusual. Don't know what's happening right now. Guys, you know, obviously, like, women, especially, experiment with same-sex sexes hooking up. You know, like, if they're not even, I'm not talking about lesbians or whatever, I'm just talking straight girls. What is your guys' views? Like, would you ever date somebody who's experimented same-sex-wise, I guess?
Yeah, I got no issues.
Oh, obviously you're...
As you have for girls.
No, I mean, I really have no issues.
Have you ever experimented outside?
I don't. Look, I have no issues with dudes like experimenting and finding their sexual voice or whatever you want to call it. It's just not for me, 100%. I just know it. You know, it's like I don't have to eat a rat to know that this thing is not for me. You know, what I mean? No, I'm just making an example. I don't have to eat a dog to know that I don't know if this cuisine is. I'm just like,
what if it's delicious?
Not. What if I'm happy dying?
Do not know.
Like I'm happy to die without ever finding out what a dog tastes like.
Okay, guys, are there any last comments on hoe phase? Things we should look out for?
What is okay? Cool. No, quick one. What is like? Surely there has to be I want to say an age limit also, like a limit. Like I don't think I'm a yoba with like, especially our timers. Like, you know what I mean?
No, but
I don't know.
I just feel like there's gotta be.
I don't think there's an age. Because what if you did get married at 21, 20, like most of our parents did, and then you're only getting divorced for the first time at 50? Now you mustn't because the age limit is 30.
No, okay.
Just don't do it in marriage.
Let's say as millennials.
The age limit is
millennials.
Okay.
With my definition of what a hoe phase is, it depends on what it is that you're doing. I don't think a 40-year-old woman should be sleeping around every night. Like you're going to pick up someone from Signature, from wherever older people go. But you can have a little black book, you know. Rotation is fine, but like, you can't be body count clocking every day.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like there's gotta be a limit. And even as dudes, I just feel like, come on, bruh. Once you hit 40, I'm like, come on, bruh.
Yeah. But that's why I think it's like
together.
Especially, just sometimes seem to never finish this whole phase. Like you do, I go to restaurants all the time and see uncles. Like you said, the girls are getting younger and younger, but they're just getting older, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah,
like, please stop.
Yeah,
stop. Like let your whole phase be a phase. And end it. Otherwise, it's not a whole phase. It's like we said, a whole life. You're just a hoe.
There's that one chick who I think somebody heard her, like, who was just like, I'm a daughter, a hose from birth until death. I'm like, that is some bullshit, guys. One, not every man cheats. I don't want to sidetrack here. Not every man cheats. Yeah, one. And secondly, this notion that like niggas just hoes from the jump, from when you start having a nest stem until you die, you're a hoe. We need to change that narrative.
I don't believe all men cheat at all, but I really believe that men, in a wider generalized sense, are way bigger hoes than women, and
so
for way longer.
That narrative.
Like way longer. I think girls are smarter hoes, so we just we're smarter. But I think you guys are hoe for longer and wildly. Anyway, any last comments on his whole face? What you
Enjoy
learned? Actually advice.
Enjoy
Tips on how to
your
master
life.
it.
Stay safe. Don't care about other people.
I'm done. I had one whole phase and I'm done. And I am ready for what's next in my life. No, what's next in my life is just focusing on my business and so on and so forth. That's
I don't know
the
why
next
people think
chapter.
it has to be mutually exclusive.
You know, you can't do
You can
the
definitely
same thing
focus
at
on
the
your
same time.
business and have sex.
One whole phase was enough for me. I lived my best and I'm singla, man.
So I know no boat.
No, sing right.
I don't have any advice. I think the same as Mosey. Stay safe. Stay out of people's fucking business. Stop judging women. Condomizing. And stop selling people dreams. But also just do what the fuck you want, because we have one life. Imagine living by other people's rules because of what you think they're gonna say. Like, live, enjoy, Feb. I'm just gonna put that as a tattoo. Live. Anyway, thank you for joining us on this week's Unfiltered Live. Our next topic. No, there's no one in my ear, so I don't know. But thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Please.
And thank you to our guest, Mosey.